So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing. So last night we witnessed a brilliant dust-up between two super welterweight fighters. Now this fight was for the vacant British super welterweight title. The fight took place between Sam Antwi versus Mason Cartwright. Now this was a British dust-up between two guys who literally were, coming forward for the whole fight. Um, the better work, the better and the classier punches were coming from Antwi. From round one, he landed some big, devastating punches onto Cartwright, but he had a chin. He had durability. He could take a shot at Cartwright, and he kept coming forward. And although Antwi was catching him left, right, and centre with some big shots from round one onwards, he was still landing his own shots, and he had success. I'd probably say from round seven onwards, round seven, eight, it looked as if the fight was only going one way. Cartwright was hurt. He had a cut under his eye, and it just looked as if he had nowhere to go. And I was kind of, the commentators were kind of saying that his corner should maybe consider throwing the towel in, saving for another day, etc. But from that point onwards, he clawed some of the rounds back. He took the fight to Antwi, and he was catching him, and he wobbled Antwi on many occasions in the latter rounds, and he done well. And going into the 12th round, the fight was close at this stage. Either man needed a good round, a big round, and obviously Antwi, sorry, just needed to stay, keep that round quite close, or maybe win the round himself to make sure that he had won the vacant title. However, within the last minute of the fight, Antwi caught Cartwright with a big right hand, and he was, Cartwright, he was knocked out in standing. He was standing, and he was already out cold. Antwi followed up with a hook and straight right, I think it was, and those two shots were just not needed at that point. But the referee didn't see that Cartwright was knocked out standing, and he took two devastating punches at the end. As I said, the last two punches weren't needed because he was already knocked out on his feet. But because his back was to the referee didn't see it in time. But he jumped in as soon as he realised that Cartwright, couldn't defend himself. And obviously Antwi now becomes the vacant super welterweight champion. So hats off goes to him. He, yeah, as I said, his performance on the night was a good performance, and he's got skills. Now, when I'm looking at both of these guys' records, Antwi is currently 16-2. Or sorry, not 16-2. He's now 17-2. At the time he was 16-2, but he's now 17-2. And Mason Cartwright is 19-3 with one draw on his record. And when you're looking at both guys in the ring, because I don't really know a lot about these guys, I was thinking, oh, these guys are quite young. So maybe these guys are the next, the next talents to come through. But literally, according to BoxRec, both these guys are in their 30s, so this is pretty much the last chance saloon. However, as I said, Antwi's got some good skills, and he now can maybe push on and see how far he could go. He's already is now the British champion, so for someone like him, he can maybe try and see who's the European champion and try and take that person on in the fight and maybe try and win the European title. But hats off to him, got some good skills. He fatigues late in rounds, but again, he's got a good chin, good heart, good skills, so potentially he might do well. But if you guys saw this fight, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you saw this fight, and what did you think about the knockout. It was excellent. Obviously not good for Cartwright, but it was just good to see a knockout in that fashion. It was a bit unorthodox, someone being knocked out in standing, but it is what it is. And obviously, Cartwright is fine. Obviously, he got checked out by the doctors and stuff like that, so he'll probably just have a sore head for the next couple of days and that. But brilliant fight between two good fighters. And let's see what happens with these guys' careers. As always, let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe. Bless.